Now the part of the show where I talk about three quick hits, three things you've seen in the news recently that I wanted to comment on. And the first one, this one is hot off the press, as we used to say, although not much press anymore. Everything is maybe hot off the social media channels. Google avoids worst case penalties in antitrust case. This just came down yesterday. A judge ruled that Google does not have to do certain things, worst case scenario type stuff like spin off their Chrome browser. We'll touch on that. McDonald's CEO says American brand's reputation has dimmed. We've seen more and more of this over the last, let's call it 8 to 9 months or so. And our third quick hit, U.S. courts rule many of President Trump's global tariffs are illegal. Could that mean that the Trump tariffs are going to disappear? Probably not, but it's interesting to hear what's been going on. So our first quick hit, is about Google. There you have it. Everyone is familiar with that page, the Google symbol, and we'll pull up our first chart, which is a chart for Alphabet or Google. Alphabet is the parent company of Google, and the ruling came down that they do not have to spin off their Chrome browser into a separate business. And not only that, they can continue to pay to be a preferred browser for companies like Apple, and Apple can continue to pay Google or Alphabet for that service. However, they will have to allow others to get involved or to offer other browsers as well. This caused the stock of Alphabet, Google or Alphabet, to surge a lot higher early this morning and after the news was released last night. Our second quick hit is I have an interesting, this was a quick hit regarding McDonald's and what their CEO said. And he basically said that the brand, McDonald's brand, maybe even the Nike brand, some of these brands that are all over the world are taking a bit of a hit because of what's been going on with respect to trade and the Trump administration and what they're doing. And a quote by the CEO of McDonald's, "The aura around America has dimmed a bit," said Kipchinsky, who said the company has been tracking how global consumers view the U.S. and the McDonald's brand. And he's saying that the brand is taking a hit, and so they're not seeing the same store sales and people going into McDonald's around the world as much as they once were. So we'll keep an eye on that going forward. And our third quick hit is the one that I mentioned, which is quite interesting, that a U.S. court said that the President Trump tariffs are actually illegal. And I believe they're giving President Trump until mid-October to come back and obviously appeal that ruling. There's a lot of talk right now that the president is just going to go straight to the Supreme Court and get their ruling on it and perhaps bypass all the other steps and just go right to the Supreme Court and have them rule on it. And what effects does that have on the markets? We have charts on that. The S&P 500 actually went down yesterday a little bit, and perhaps the news about the tariffs affected the markets because of the uncertainty. The dollar index has been dropping, and the U.S. Treasury yield has started to move higher just a little bit as well. So 3 quick hits that I wanted to focus on and give some commentary on that many of you may have seen in the news most recently.